What's going on, everyone? How are we? I hope you've all been well. Today's gonna be a really cool one because we all get to talk shit together, and pretty much I'm gonna help you guys fix your gut health, learn about your gut health, how to improve it, all that sort of thing. You see, as I always say, gut health's like literally the most overlooked aspect of any training regime or any dieting plan. Hang on a sec. My thing's getting all wonky. Alright, we should be good now. No, we're not, but that's alright, all good. I'm a little bit crooked today. I don't know why my stand's getting all funky with me. So it's giving me attitude. Oh, it's getting worse. Alright, we're just going to leave it and hope for the best. There we go, that'll sort it out. No, it's getting worse. Alright, so whatever. We're going to be going over gut health today, and I'm going to be answering every single question that you guys have. So literally everything that you want to talk about, ask it, okay? In relation to yourself, in relation to your partner, anything, okay? Absolutely anything, ask about it, because I just want to help you guys. You see, I see all the time, all these people commenting and saying, you know, James, fuck, I'm getting bloated, I'm distended, I can't lose fat, I'm not feeling good, all this stuff's just going wrong, and they cannot beat it. They've got no idea how to beat it, and so we're going to fix that, because it's absolute bullshit. Sid, how are you, legend? Berto, good to see you on here, mate. But yeah, guys, so pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to cover every single question you got, because it's my big mission in life that I don't want anybody to have gut issues, okay? There are so many fucking idiots out there who deny gut issues exist and say, no, what you're feeling isn't real, when you and I both know that it in fact is very real, and it absolutely sucks. I mean, with gut issues, you get a heap of side effects that are really not fun at all. Everything from inflammatory side effects, changing your mood, you know, changing your eating habits, not being able to stay lean, not being able to gain muscle, you know, gaining excessive fat when you are trying to gain muscle. It absolutely sucks. Rightio? Now, I'm just going to post this up in the Shred community, and I'll also give you guys a link to the Shred community. I really want to fix this. It's annoying me how crooked it is. It's silly. What is this stupid thing doing? What is it doing? But yeah, it's wonky as fuck, eh? That's wonky. Guys, tell me if it's annoying you, and I'll really... Oh, there we go. That's not too bad. Tell me if it's annoying you, though, because it's annoying me. Righty, I'm just posting up in the Shred community. I can't multitask, so forgive me. Rightio. So pretty much how we're going to do this today is I'm going to cover some of the classic symptoms of poor gut health, just so you guys know exactly what we're going to go on about. I'm going to go on about the classic symptoms of really good gut health and where you could be potentially, and then we're going to go through and I'm going to give you some general advice on how to get there, as well as answering all your questions, alright? Now, Najib Kafi has just asked how to put on weight. Mate, the easiest way to put on weight is to just eat more. It's fucking simple. You literally just eat more food and lift weights and you will grow, alright? You may not grow optimally, but you will grow. So that's the most basic, easy answer that I can give you, okay? Now, guys, as for what the symptoms are of a poor gut, okay? If you get bloating, if you get distension, if you get gas, if you get constipation, diarrhea, or anything that you would describe as a little bit funky in your gut, you're not going to have optimal gut health, okay? Those are the symptoms that your gut health is not good and it needs to be improved. The thing is, these symptoms get worse and worse, unfortunately, okay? So they constantly get better. Get worse, and they don't get better by themselves, okay? You need to fix this. And the thing is that when you do get a bad gut, it has a heap of downstream effects. So what it'll do is it'll massively spike up your inflammation levels, okay? So inflammation is like the healing process in the body. Whenever any damage happens, your body gets inflammation in to fix it, to heal it, to make it better than what it was before. This is what happens when you train. Whenever you train and you're lifting weights, all right, you will tear down your muscles. You will damage your muscle fibers, and then inflammation, the immune system comes in and heals it and makes them bigger than what they were before, okay? Now, the problem with that is that if you have too much inflammation, it actually goes the opposite way, and it stops you from being able to grow as much muscle, and it stops a whole heap of your, ruins your hormone levels. It puts them into, terrible amounts, and that's not what you want. So you want to have good inflammation in short periods, such as when you're training, but in general, you don't want to have inflammation being elevated by things like poor gut health, okay? The next thing that gut health can do is it can actually massively change your mood. So it can give you anxiety, it can give you depression. In fact, both in anxiety and depression, people are known to have higher levels of inflammation in their body and higher inflammatory markers, all right? So you want to make sure that you're not putting yourself in this position, because the reason why that gut health is so crucial for both of those things, and why poor gut health can actually impact your mental health, is because the vast majority of your neurotransmitters are actually produced in your gut, all right? So your serotonin and your GABA, all right? They're both the inhibitory neurotransmitters, the ones that slow you down, chill you out, make you feel good. They're made in the gut. And if you damage your gut, they are not produced well enough, okay? They're not produced well enough at all. On top of this too, whenever you damage your gut, you kind of push yourself slightly into fight or flight, all right? Just a little bit of fight or flight, because it's a stress on your body. And when you're in fight or flight, you automatically down-regulate your serotonin and your GABA production. That makes you feel like crap, okay? It's not good at all. The next thing that follows on from that is it can also dramatically hinder and harm your sleep, right? So if you've got poor sleep and you're not sleeping well, you've got to look into your gut, because that is a massive, massive regulator of it. This is for two main reasons. Number one, the effect on GABA and serotonin, which regulate your ability to rest and digest and to chill out and all that. And then the other thing too is that just when you've got a shit gut, it actually just sucks. You're just really, really uncomfortable. You'll get a sore back, okay? So when you're sleeping, if you get a sore back and you have to curl in the fetal position, all right, that is because your gut is in general out of whack, and there's a whole systemic effect on your body and your posture, all right? So it gives you a sore back. Being bloated is just very, very uncomfortable, okay? And on top of that too, you often have to wake up more frequently with, like small little pains in your stomach and just feelings of just general discomfort, okay? So it really, really sucks, all right? And to add even more shitness to this is that when you have bad gut health, your skin goes to shit too, all right? So whenever I have a bad outbreak of poor digestive health, my skin always goes to crap. I always get pimples and whatnot like that. And it doesn't take much to do it, literally. Just over the last week when I was traveling a lot, and I was in a plane and I was eating some food that just wasn't optimal, right? Bang, literally within 2 days of doing that, my skin got way, 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 way worse, okay? And it's not just acne that does that, not just pimples. It's also psoriasis, your eczema, rashes, hay fever, itching, allergies, all those sorts of things are caused by bad gut health, okay? By really, really average gut health. That is what does it, okay? On top of this too, add even more into it as well. Your joints will actually get sorer when you have poor gut health, okay? So when you are not looking after your gut, you'll have high levels of this inflammation. And for whatever reason, this is beyond me, I don't know why, for whatever reason, your joints end up getting much, much stiffer, much more tender, and they don't move as well. Okay, it could be from a variety of factors, but all I know is that they just get much, much sorer. So you might notice that after you've eaten something which really ruins your gut, you'll get a sore shoulder or a sore knee or something like that, okay? And it'll send you backwards in a big, big way. So you need to make sure that you are looking after your joints if your gut health is bad, because otherwise you are more likely to get injured, okay? Now, Travel's just asked, Papa Shred, what does apple cider vinegar do? All right? Apple cider vinegar increases hydrochloric acid in the stomach. Hydrochloric acid is the breaking down material which chews down all our food, breaks it down into small little bits, where we can then digest it in the small intestine and absorb it in as nutrients, okay? So for example, your protein intake and how well you absorb your protein is literally solely dependent, or largely dependent, on the amount of hydrochloric acid in your stomach. By having more apple cider vinegar, you increase that hydrochloric acid and you'll get more out of your protein. All right? Nick Carter has just asked, any tips on dealing with IBS, mate? Or would your answer vary too much for each individual? I listened to doctors years ago, but didn't help. Nick, mate, doctors are not gonna help you. When you go to the doctor with gut issues, okay, and you talk to them, and then they get to the stage where they can't find any cancer or polyps or, Crohn's or anything like that, what they do is they whack you with this general diagnosis of IBS, okay? And they just say, oh, you got IBS, you just got to deal with it, all right? And they don't help you out at all. The fucking stupid thing about that is that it's so easy to fix. everyone who comes to me with gut health, with IBS and issues like that, I say, look, 12 weeks, I'll have you pretty much up to 85, 90%. All right, it's really quite easy. And the thing is because why it's so easy is because it happens literally. It's a very similar process with each person. You just need to reduce the stress, find the root cause, change your food intake, and minimize the symptoms. That's it. The 4 stages. That's literally all you need to do. Okay. You need to make sure that your neurotransmitters are balanced. You need to make sure that your sleep's balanced. You need to make sure that you're not getting too much psychological stress. You need to ensure that you're giving your gut all the opportunities to heal. And that's literally it, man. So guys, for those of you on here who have IBS and you're not training with me already, what I recommend you do was, number one, if you want to get fixed within 12 weeks, come see me, I'll fix you, okay? The easiest thing you can ever do in your life. The next thing that you can do, all right, is you increase your GABA dosage and you just try to chill the fuck out. The thing that you'll notice with every single person who has IBS is that you're stressed. When I had IBS, I was a fucking nutter. I don't know how my girlfriend stayed with me because I was dead set off my head, all right? Seriously, guys, when you have IBS, it is the most stressful time. You're stressed because you've got IBS, and you've got IBS because you're stressed. So you need to modulate your stress. You need to reduce your stress. When I copped IBS, here's what my daily routine was. All right, I'd be up at 4:35, and I'd walk up to the gym, walk or drive up to the gym. I'd train, I'd get back, I'd work for the next 12 to 14 hours, I'd train again, I'd get on my emails again after that, and then I'd be in bed around, 11, 12 or so. So I was non-stop. I didn't have a social life, I wasn't seeing my girlfriend a whole heap because I was just training and working, and that was it. I didn't get outside, didn't get enough sun, wasn't doing, anything outdoors, which I love doing, and I was just a little ball of stress, all right? And that's what caused it. That is what caused it in the end of the day, and why I copped it so bad, okay? So you need to minimize that stress, man, and that is the easiest way to start alleviating it. What else we got? Aaron, how are you, legend? So yeah, guys, with IBS, lots of people have it and they don't even realize that they got it. So pretty much what IBS is anything where your bowel is very, very easily irritated. Whenever your bowel's not happy, it is going to be IBS related, okay? So give me a show of hands or say yes in the comments if you guys on here have IBS, okay? I'd be really, really interested to see. Because a very, very large portion of the population have that. And if you have, you haven't been formally diagnosed with IBS or have, say, lots of bloating, lots of burping, lots of gas, constipation, diarrhea, if you want to, I know it's a little bit personal, but if you want to, also comment yes, because I'd be really, really interested to see how many of you guys are actually affected by it, okay? Because I'm quite sure that it'd be a large, large number of you. And the thing is, as I said before, there is so little support for it. It's absolutely crap, right? There is so little support. I mean, most doctors will actually just put people on antidepressants because they think you're depressed when you have IBS. And I'm like, yeah, you might be a little bit fucking depressed, but it's not because of your serotonin levels, it's because your fucking gut's not working, right? I can tell you right now, I was not in a good way when I had IBS. There is nothing worse than not being able to poo, all right? Straight out, there's nothing worse. Pooing should be the best, part of your day, 3 times a day, 2 to 3 times a day. It should be the highlight of your day because there's nothing better than kicking back and reading a paper and, dropping the kids off at the pool. But if you can't do that, you get super, super stressed and it has a terribly, terribly negative effect on your body. The thing is, you just simply don't have to do it. So if you guys here who do have IBS, okay, who do have IBS and do have gut issues, don't let it get you down because you can beat it very, very easily. I've done it, a shitload of my clients have done it. It should not be an issue and it's not something that you have to live with day to day, okay? And it even goes on further than that. Things like Crohn's, all right, which is very similar, you don't have to live with that either, okay? You do not need to live with Crohn's. For those of you who've got Crohn's, all right, also chuck up a yes. I'd be really interested to see, who's got IBS. Who identifies as having Crohn's. Because you don't need to keep it. You don't need to have it in life. It's not like a genetic thing that you just can't get away with, okay? You don't have to live with it. You can beat it too, very, very easily. In fact, literally anything, I'm back, literally anything keeps trying to call me, sorry guys. But literally anything that's inflammatory, right, you don't need to cop it, right? You can fix it. There is no reason at all why you can't fix it, all right? Now, Andy's just asking an interesting question. I'm back. Sorry. Some knob was just trying to call me, and for whatever reason it made it pause. All right, anyway. So, Andy's just asked, said, hey James, love your videos. Off topic, thoughts on those Prophet vibration machines for weight loss and toning? My uncle got one recently. Any machine that says you can stand on it and vibrate the fat off, it's a fucking gimmick, mate. It doesn't work, alright? In fact, I'd say even further from a gimmick, it's a scam, because there's no research to ever suggest that vibrating your fat will make it fall off. Simply doesn't happen, alright? Simply does not happen. So, mate, tell your uncle, you're like, bruh, I'm sorry about it, but unless you want to feel your boobs jiggle, it's got no purpose whatsoever in life, alright? Those vibration machines don't do shit, alright? Do not bother with it. Luke Hodge, he's not sure if he's got IBS. Luke, it doesn't really, look, labeling yourself with IBS doesn't really matter. It's generally more a term that doctors use in order to just say, oh, you've got IBS, I can't help you. You know, that's what they do. It's like their answer for not knowing something without admitting that they don't know how to help you, okay? Because a lot of them, you know, sometimes have too big egos to admit that they can't help someone, they can't fix it, or they don't know all, funnily enough. But yeah, if you have, you know, large time, like substantial constipation, if you're passing, you know, like one bowel movement a day or less, you know, one bowel movement every second day, that is a symptom that I would, you know, classify as having a suboptimal gut and potentially on the road to IBS. Excessive gas, belching, constipation, diarrhea, also, they're all the same, okay? So you don't want them, you don't have to live with it either, right? Mate, if you want to chat more about it, just ask, brother, and put it up here. That's why I'm doing this Q&A, to help you guys out. Nick, ulcerative colitis, look dude, they're all the same things. They're all the same things. Why all gut issues stem from, where they all are caused by, is number one, low stomach acid, okay? So you notice even with the UC that you will belch quite a fair bit. You will be very tight through here. You'll notice that you do have rolled forwards posture, okay? And that is because, number one, your stomach's quite constricted, all right? And when your stomach gets constricted, it seems that your body goes over this way. It could also be a stress response. But yeah, man, like, you have low stomach acid and you're always highly stressed, and you have low GABA levels, okay? So that your body, you don't heal properly, you don't recover, you don't rest properly, okay? And so you can fix it really easily, all right? So guys, as well, how many of you actually think that you have gut issues who are on this video right now? How many of you would say that you have a gut issue? Just comment yes if you do. Because you don't need to have it. It's not permanent. I mean, like, one of the stupid things about gut issues, and people with gut issues, is that so many people just accept it and just don't do anything about it. I mean, like I commented yesterday, I got dragged into a fucking keyboard warrior thing. I hate talking with knobhead PTs about, you know, digestive health and all that. And they were saying pretty much that, you know, gut health doesn't matter, not important. All you need to do is eat less if you want to lose fat and eat more if you want to gain muscle, okay? And I was like, oh my God, idiot. Like, you clearly haven't really trained anyone, have you? And then there was this girl who commented and said, I said to them, like, look, if you don't have optimal gut health, fucking don't bother, all right? Because you're not going to progress optimally. You're not going to really lose fat terribly well. You're going to churn through your muscle, all that sort of stuff. And this girl commented and said, oh, well, James, you know, I've got IBS and, you know, I can lose fat. I just hold a lot of water. I'm like, number one, how the fuck do you know that you lost fat instead of, you know, something else? And while you're holding water, you could just be holding fat as well because you're fat. And the other thing too is, why would you just accept that you have IBS? You can fix it very easily. And why you would live with it and accept it, you know, is asinine. It's absolutely stupid. Guys, if there are any of you, if you are elite athletes, higher level athletes, all right, in here, and you have gut issues, you are sending yourself so far backwards. You are doing yourselves the biggest disservice ever right? I can tell you right now, when I had my gut issues, I lost literally 3 inches off my vertical leap, right? So that's like how high I could jump. I lost literally 7.5 centimeters off how high I could jump, right? So that's what, about that much off how high I could jump. And that's a lot, right? I got slower, I got tighter, I got weaker, okay? All those sorts of things started going to shit for me when that happened, right? My posture was out of whack, I started getting injured more, all those sorts of things, okay? If you improve your gut health, then all of that gets alleviated. You perform better, you feel better, you think faster, you think clearer. Everything is much, much better, right? So you should easily, you should just worry about fixing it and not have to push through with it, right? Now, Luke Hodge just asked, what do you recommend to treat these issues? Mate, if you just want free advice on it, all right, and just to get a hint to help you out, man, the biggest thing that I can say to you is to, man, number one, increase your GABA levels, all right? If you want more help with it, book in a call with my man Joel, all right? So you're just going to jamescampfitness.com. I'll type it up for you, all right? And there's a free line there where you can call us and have a yarn, all right? Here we go. I'm just going to put it up for you. Rightio. So you just go over to that web address and you can chat with Joel if you're actually serious about fixing it up, okay? Mitch Riley, I seem good since being on your program. That's the thing, Mitch. I mean, we haven't done anything hectic. Same with you, you know, Aiden. We haven't done anything hectic with your programs. Like, we haven't made you stop eating everything but fucking asparagus and lettuce leaves. I mean, you're eating literally what you want. You're eating large quantities of food, and yet your guts are moving a whole heap better. That's the thing. It's actually not that hard to fix. You just got to do it the right way, and you just got to know exactly what you have to do. You need to balance your neurotransmitters, balance your stress, start training smarter, start training better, and that is how you can just do it in a super simple way, right? Most people cannot fathom, you know, not being bloated. Can you imagine, like, for a lot of you guys, can you imagine not being bloated all the time? Like, how good would that feel? Well, yeah, newsflash, it's actually fucking easy. Super, super easy. And there's no way you shouldn't be feeling that every single day, okay? Janos has asked, Janos or Janos? Tell me which one. Would you recommend going on the FODMAPs plan? Feels like anything can make me bloated or give me the shits, pun intended. Yeah, man, look, for you to start off with, yeah, the FODMAPs plan will be great. For guys, those of you who don't know, the FODMAPs is a plan which is like an elimination diet which restricts certain foods which get super, you know, they ferment, they bloat, they do all that crap, okay? And they make you feel really, really distended. If you're eating a lot of them, they will make your IBS symptoms worse, so your constipation, your diarrhea, make it really, really bad, okay? If you go on the FODMAPs plan, you eliminate them, yes, you'll get temporary relief, but the problem is, dude, is that soon enough, your body will adapt to not having it there, and you actually go backwards and you go downhill. A FODMAPs plan is a temporary thing that you should use for like 4 to 8 to 12 weeks max, okay? The less, the better. With my guys and my girls, I pretty much tell them, I'm like, look, let's get you fixed as quickly as possible. If we have to use FODMAPs, we have to use FODMAPs. We're going to add in as much food variety as possible, okay? So I would not recommend it, man. I would recommend you actually try and fix the problem, all right? The problem is not fermentable foods. Broccoli is not inherently evil, all right? It is not inherently evil, nor is cauliflower, all right? It's not bad for us at all. It's not like gluten, all right? You should be able to eat them. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to eat them, okay? So you need to fix the actual cause, which is making your gut worse and making your gut not function properly, okay? That is literally all you need to do. Alright, I'm just going to check the Shred community, see what people ask me. One thing I get asked all the time as well about is water intake. The massively, massively overlooked part of digestive health and health in general is water intake. People simply don't drink enough water. I smash about 7 litres of water a day, 6 to 7 litres of water a day, something in that amount. When I wake up, I smash a litre, right? Literally as soon as I wake up. Bang, right? Next thing I do is I have my first meal as a shake at the moment, okay? So bang, I smash another litre. I'll then have another shake during the middle of the day. Bang, smash another litre. When I'm training, I have a litre before and during, okay? So there's 2 more litres. What am I up to? 4 to 5 litres already. And that is what I do every single day. And it's so much better for your gut. If you don't have water coming in, all of your stool, all the poo and all the stuff through your intestines gets hardened and it stays there and it can't move and it sucks. Okay? So yeah, Graffy's just said, James, can you explain the reasons behind consuming a large quantity of fresh water on rising? So guys, like what I just said then about what I do, as soon as I wake up, I smash a litre, okay? The reason why I do that myself and I get everyone else to do it is because as soon as you smash that litre of water, as soon as you get water in, you actually start craving water more. And it makes you more likely to drink more water throughout the rest of the day. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but if you don't drink water until later on in the day, you don't really feel like a need for it. And that's because your body actually holds on to water. Whereas if you're smashing water, water's actually a diuretic and it cleans you out and it keeps water constantly flowing and flowing and flowing through your system. Right? That is why you're much, much more thirsty. And that is why I recommend it, because you get more water in and you're constantly cycling it through. You want to have that water cycling through to make it very, very easy for your digestive system to function. All right? So that's the answer, Graffy. Kazi has just asked, is there a reason why I feel bloated straight after eating after I finish training? All right? It mainly happens after my workout. The reason why you feel bloated after a workout when you eat is because your body's in fight or flight. So when you train, you go into sympathetic overdrive. So you just got your fight or flight nervous system is on, and what it does is it directs blood flow away from the muscles in your gut out to the muscles in your body which are being used. When this happens, this all in here stops moving and it gets bang, gets really, really cramped. Okay? And so if you then go and try and put food in after you've done that, it's so cramped, so it'll actually sit there in your stomach and it won't move, and it'll actually start to ferment and perhaps produce a little bit more gas, okay? And that is why you get bloated when you're eating straight after, because it just gets stuck and it just sits there in your stomach, and your stomach's nice and shrunk, okay? And it's not gonna make you feel anywhere near as good at all, okay? So that's why, Kazi. All right, guys, well look, I'm gonna jump off in 10 minutes or so. If you have any, I gotta finish this first though. Gemma Daily, you're a legend. These things are awesome. If you're in Sydney and you need foods made for you, get Daily Fuel, it's the shit. But anyway, if you have any more questions, just ask them up now while I'm eating this, and I'll answer them. And as soon as the questions run out, then I'm gonna bail, I'm gonna go see my misso. Kazi just asked, how long should you wait after a workout to eat? Really depends from person to person. Some people can eat immediately after, some can't. If you're someone who finds that you have to wait for ages after your workout in order to eat, then what I recommend you do is you take some GABA, you take some 5-HTP, all right, and that will chill you out, bring you down, and make you much more able to digest. The other thing too, guys, that's really important that a lot of people forget is you must chill out and slow down after your workout. You can't just keep going and going and going and going. If you feel like you're high after your workout, like adrenaline rush high, your body's in sympathetic overdrive, so you're too high, all right, you need to come down, so you need to relax. If that's you, you need to take a little bit more GABA, a little bit more 5-HTP in order to make you chill out. Even some inositol, melatonin, phenibut, all that sort of stuff. Sig Rish, James mate, thoughts on one of my friends taking Rad 140 at the age of 17, weighing 96 kilos. Why is he taking it at age of 17, man? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why you would do it at 17, no point. Sid, what would you say to a kid who was 17 who wanted to take steroids? Right? Rhetorical question. You'd say don't do it, alright? Taking Rad 140 is literally the same as taking steroids. Shuts you down the same, alright? Has the same negative effects on your liver, and it just doesn't give you as many gains. You know, I wouldn't do it. Peter's just asked, can you go over tempo and set order in regards to a workout? Peter, are you asking about tempo and set order in as far as how my programs are run and want me to explain it? Or do you want me to explain as to why we use set order and why we use tempo in the workouts? So for all of you guys who are training with them, or even though for those of you who aren't, right, tempo and set order are really, really important for your program. Tempo, it refers to the speed of the movement, right? So this means if you're doing a bench press and you have a 3-0-XO tempo, that means you do 3 seconds down, no second pause at the bottom, so you go straight back up, and then you explode. Really fast, explosive movement, okay? And that's what it is. The first number is always the eccentric contraction. The second number is the pause at the end of the eccentric contraction. The third number is the concentric contraction, and the fourth number is the pause after that, all right? So bench press, 3-0-XO means you go down for 3 seconds, no pause at the bottom, straight back up, and then no pause at the top and straight back down, okay? It's as simple as that, big fella, right? So it's always the eccentric contraction, or the where you stretch the muscle, right? And then after that comes the concentric contraction. It's really, really important because tempo can completely change the way that you do a movement in the workout. For example, if you are someone who struggles with growing your chest, you'll see that we often put in pauses in your bench presses, because that means that when you come down, you've got to pause here. And if you pause like that, and you use your delt, which is, when your delt takes over, that's the main reason why people don't grow their chest, you actually won't be able to press well. Whereas if you pause down here and you have to hold the pause properly, you'll keep your shoulder tucked in, you'll keep your pec on, and then you'll be able to move it properly, right? So that's why tempo is so, so crucial. On top of this too, if you use lower eccentrics, right, and quick concentrics, you will find that you actually progress with strength a lot faster, right? On top of that too, eccentrics are really, really effective for improving strength gain. Shane's just asked, do you always get your meals made? Yes, I get literally all my meals made. I get 20-something meals a week made, and then on top of that, I make 20-something meals made by Daily Fuel. On top of that, I'll have 7 to 14 shakes a week, right, just through the day. And then on top of that too, sometimes I'll be out for a meeting and I'll have a meal out, stuff like that. So yeah, man, pretty much I get literally all my meals made, unless they're a shake, bacon and eggs, or eating out. Ooh, Reese has just got a really good question in. He said, hey Uncle Shrek, what's the optimal amount of sets to do per muscle group? That's an awesome question, man. There is no optimal amount of sets, right? There is no optimal amount. What there is though is there's an optimal amount of fatigue and volume. So what you want to do is you want to find out how much you can physically do before you start feeling absolutely bruised. So with a workout, in general, this is general advice, right? Not applicable to my guys because you're a little bit different, but in general, you want to feel after workout, you want to feel pretty buggered, but not so rooted you can't move, okay? That's not what you want to do. You want to make sure that you are still feeling good, you're still feeling clear, and you can think after your workout. You shouldn't be completely fried and shaking and jittery, right? You should be part of the way there. You should feel like you don't want to work out anymore, but you should be able to feel that in 6 to 8 hours you can go out and hit it again, right? So that's the optimal amount that you need to do. If you're doing lower reps, you need to do more sets. If you're doing higher reps, you need to do less sets, okay? If you're doing lots of tempo, you need to do middle range reps and sets, okay? So that's the best advice I can give you, big fella. Timmy Nesbitt. A few times I've done a small fill-in workout of about 20 minutes when super busy. However, I've had the suspicion that actually made me smaller and weaker after and lift less on my following workout. Can doing a low volume workout sometimes create more muscle breakdown than protein synthesis? Man, nah, it can't. Alright? Doing small workouts, they aren't going to send you backwards at all, dude. It's all just a stimulus. That's all it is. Alright? It is purely a stimulus. It's just a small amount of stimulus. It won't make you weak, alright? It won't make you get smaller. It won't make you regress. No way in hell. If all you did were 20-minute workouts, then you would adapt to that and you'd probably lose a little bit of muscle mass because you're not stimulating your muscles enough in order to hold them, okay? So don't really, worry about losing any muscle by doing small little fill-in workouts. In fact, I know plenty of people, excuse me, who do little workouts, short little workouts, in order just to isolate muscles to hit an extra, 20 sets of arms if they want to build up their arms. And they seem to do really well on it. Martin, why can't I breathe properly on GABA? That's an odd one, mate. How much are you taking at a time? Yeah, answer that question, I'll get back to you. Sean has just asked, what are my thoughts on Yohimbine HCL? It's a fucking waste of time. It doesn't work. Doesn't improve fat loss at all, right? It stresses the fuck out of your body. It is so harsh. I remember I was in the US once and I tried Yohimbine because it was just on a counter there next to this stuff called Ejaculoid. They had this like stuff which was meant to make your loads bigger, right? Called Ejaculoid. It was awesome. But Yohimbine was next to it. And pretty much I started taking it. I was taking it in the morning with my coffee and oh my God, it was the most horrific shit, right, that I've ever taken in my life. It was horrible. I was stimmed out of my mind. I was anxious. I was nervous. I couldn't think. I couldn't stop moving. All that stuff. It was the absolute pits. Yohimbine is crap. It has literally no evidence to suggest that it is going to increase fat loss, right? Literally nothing. Wouldn't bother. It's in the same boat as clenbuterol. Don't take clenbuterol. Don't take Yohimbine. All right. If you want a fat burner and you really want an illegal one, then go through and do T3. That's your best bet out of anything. And that's not even banned by Asada or WADA. That's how safe it is, unless you're a dickhead with it. Paul said, "Hey James, smash legs. Now I'm hungry." That's good, man. If you're hungry after a workout, well, it shows you've been able to come down, chill out, and you've depleted your energy stores really well. Sam just asked, is Yohimbine similar to DMMA? Yeah, guys, I don't recommend DMMA either. If any of you remember Jack 3D, the pre-workout, that was the main ingredient. DMMA, right? Absolute crap. Would not bother with it at all, right? It stims you out of your mind, stresses you a shitload, and that's the reason why I'm not a fan of all these pre-workouts. All these pre-workouts are crap, right? Literally, all they are is a fuckload of stimulants, absolutely heaps of stimulants. They jam you in, they G you up, right? And then you get this hectic crash, right? They pump you full of adrenaline, raise your dopamine levels transiently, and then after workout you crash, right? It ruins your digestive system. Excessive stimulant consumption ends up resulting in leaky gut-like symptoms, right? So it's just crap. Don't take pre-workouts, man. Just guys in general, don't take pre-workouts. You don't really need them. Get a non-stim one. That's what will work. All right, with a bit of AAKG and some citrulline malate, you'll be laughing. Laura's just asked, is working out twice a day too much? No, not well. It depends how you work out twice a day. If you're working out twice a day for 3 hours of workout, it's probably going to be a bit much. You're probably going to be pretty fried. What you need to do is you need to work out how much is the maximum amount of training that you can recover from and stick to that, right? So just below that level. It's called your maximum recoverable volume. That idea was made up by a bloke called Mike Israel, very smart guy. And so what you want to do is you want to find out how much training you can recover from without being too fried or too dead or anything like that, and just sit there. So, for example, me, I can quite easily do 2 sessions of an hour and a half per day and recover from it quite well, right? Recover from it quite well. Some people would say that that's a bit too much, but I feel fine on it and I grow quite well. It doesn't overstimulate my CNS, right? Whereas with you, Laura, maybe it's less, maybe it's more. You need to really work it out for yourself what your true maximum recoverable volume is, okay? All right, legends, well look, good chat. Thank you for being a part of it. I'm going to leave you all to it on that note. Oh no. We've got one more from Paul, who's just worked in. Yeah, Paul's just said, after taking apple cider vinegar in the morning, I get gas and burp for a bit after. Is this what it's meant to do? I'm guessing it's meant to break down crap in your gut. Is this correct? No, look, when you take the apple cider vinegar, you probably shouldn't get gas and burpy after it. So mate, try actually switching over to betaine HCl, right? You can buy that from iHerb and see if that affects you differently. If you're getting gas and burps, it shows that your body's fermenting the apple cider vinegar, which can happen. And you don't want that because it shows you've got some bacteria in the wrong spot. Alright? Now, I'm off, guys. I'm going to go see my female, see how she is. After a long day of working as a lawyer, fuck that. I don't know why you do that, but she loves it. So yeah, I'm going to leave you all to it. If you have any more questions, comment away, let us know, post them up in the Shred community, get amongst it. And if any of you have issues with IBS, if any of you have issues with your gut, go on to jamescarefitness.com. The link is pinned there, and you can just call our number. All right, you can speak with one of my guys. You can talk all about it, and then he can set you on the steps to working with me if you need or whatnot. We'll fix you up. If you have IBS or anything like that, bang, 12 weeks, we can generally get you pretty much better. All right, that's the general trend. Okay. On that note, I'll leave you to it. I'll speak to you all soon.